What is up, Pendy Thieves? Welcome back to your number one environmental podcast. Your daily dose of news, reviews, interviews, and overviews for a better Earth values. I am again Annedrei, your host, and for today's topic of NV Daily, we will talk about a very sad topic, which is the continuous illegal environmental activities in Sierra Madre. But we'll have TIP's best students to give us more information, so sit back and relax as you watch our episode.
That's right, Miss Andre. Sierra Madre is our topic for this day. You know what? The Sierra Madre mountain range is also called as the backbone of Luzon. Aside from the way it stretches along the eastern coast of Luzon, like a spine keeping the country upright, its true function is to act as a nature shield against the onslaught of super typhoons and storm surges. It is one of the country's most biodiverse areas. However, human activities are endangering the forest habitat. It was threatened by human activities such as illegal logging and mining, despite a national and international campaign to protect the environment.
First up in our list is the illegal logging. Let's have Mr. Bryan, Mr. BONDOC, and Miss Santos to further discuss it.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Miss Andre and Miss Noella, for that lovely introduction. So, what is illegal logging? Illegal logging is the illegal harvesting, transportation, purchase, or sale of timber. The harvesting procedure itself may be illegal, such as using corrupt means to gain access to forests, extracting without permission or from a protected area, or extracting timber above agreed limits. Illegal logging is also one of the driving forces behind several environmental issues, including deforestation, soil erosion, and biodiversity loss, all of which can lead to larger scale environmental crises like climate change and other forms of environmental degradation. Now let us call Mr. Arnold to further discuss the cause and effect of illegal logging.
Thank you, Mr. Bryan, for a good explanation about illegal logging. So before we move, good morning to each and everyone. My name is Arnold Bondoc, a student in TIP Manila. So now, let's talk about the cause and effect of illegal logging. Illegal logging is fast becoming a global problem, and it happens because of the increasing demand for timber, paper, and products including packaging. And for other people, illegal logging is a vital source of income. Sometimes, this is the only way for them to survive. Other causes, especially in the Philippines, is the poverty and the corruption. So, illegal logging has many negative environmental, social, and economic impacts, such as biodiversity loss, erosion, landslide, flash flooding, pollution, and it plays a massive role in greenhouse gas emission and climate change. This effect is very harmful to our environment. So we need to stop this illegal logging to protect our environment and also the person that we love. So, what can you say about it, Miss Carla? Do you have any idea of the possible solution to this problem?
Those effects of illegal logging are really saddening to hear, Mr. Bondo. As we all know, Sierra Madre continues to experience forest degradation despite the national and international campaign to preserve it. I believe that we can still overcome this problem by raising awareness using our social media and posting messages about the dangers of illegal logging and about the importance of forest preservation. We can also start by informing our friends and families about the effects on us of illegal logging and the difference that they can do about it. Joining organizations can also be a way for us to spread awareness, create projects and programs to preserve the Sierra Madre.
Wow! What a very insightful discussion. But hang on, guys, there is still more. Threatened by this never ending problem, the Sierra Madre mountain range forest continuously faces forest degradation and erosion brought by mining. Let's talk about that with ORALLO, Rabino, and TUBIL.
Okay, well, where should I start? Another major problem destroying Sierra Madre, which also concerns forest degradation and erosion, is mining, where mineral resources like coal, gold, and iron ore are extracted from the mountains, riverbeds, and agricultural farms. And what is more intriguing is that these mining activities are actually done both legally by large-scale mining of major mining companies and illegally by small-scale mining of local citizens who venture on mining as their livelihood.
Question: how come Sierra Madre still faces this problem when this has been a concern since forever?
There are actually laws and programs addressing this issue, but the poor implementation of these laws and programs is the reason why this issue is still rampant today. Disappointing, right? And although concerned groups and organizations continuously raise their concerns, it has never been a problem solved because there are still underlying problems rooted by corruption and lack of alternative livelihood for many poor people. But anyways, what can you say about it, Mr. Yuan? Do you have any idea how to solve this problem?
Yes, Hanzel. I think the best solution towards mining is that government should implement intermediate and permanent measures to manage these sites and coordinate long-term monitoring systems because illegal mining typically occurs in abandoned shafts or within improperly closed mines. Areas around abandoned and closed mines can be designated as high-risk zones. To curb illegal mining, governments must ensure the proper closure and security of all mines that have been closed. Governments must require mining companies to provide mine closure plans before granting permits in addition to financial guarantees.
For a very intuitive discussion. Now that we're done with mining, we should also tackle the illegal activity or the kainin and deforestation. ESCRIBE, JOYA, and MORANTE will now have the floor. Take it away, guys!
Now we'll be discussing about kainin. In English, it is deforestation. Many indigenous groups in the Philippines, especially those living in the mountainous regions, continues to practice the traditional deforestation called kainin. Kainin involves slashing, burning of trees, and plowing the ashes for fertilizer. It causes soil erosion, loss of soil fertility, and climate change. It is an illegal practice, and indigenous groups will usually do it because they don't have any alternative way of farming.
Deforestation happens due to human interest and welfare. According to the Food and Agricultural Organization, agricultural expansion accounts for nearly 80% of global deforestation. With the construction of infrastructures such as roads, dams, mining activities, logging, forest fire, and urbanization contributing to the remainder of deforestation. Deforestation not only severely impacts wildlife but also impacts the environment in multiple ways, such as greenhouse effects, soil, ozone layer, ocean, and leads to drought.
We can join and support government programs, campaigns, and advocacies in saving the Sierra Madre. It could be through tree planting programs, information dissemination through the help of authorities like PNR, or conducting commercial campaigns through different social media platforms, which will help empower the local villages and valley communities to maintain the natural environment of the Sierra Madre.
Thanks to our guests for attending our podcast today. Thank you for all the new knowledge that you share on this podcast. So, that's all, guys. I hope you learned a lot on our podcast, and I will expect that after you watch this video, you become one of the protectors of our environment. Let's join hands to save our environment for future generations. Once again, we are the NBY Daily. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Thank you for everyone.